Okay, let's jump to the hate list. Lawrence, what do you got?
For me, it's Christian Kirk here, and it's mainly
Tough night for Christian Kirk.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, look, you see, if you imagine you Christian Kirk, you chilling at home watching the draft, you say like, all right, yeah, that's one receiver. He an outside receiver. Then you see them draft the slot and Jalen Noah. You like, oh, damn. Like, you know that meme where he look up, he playing the video game, and he like, damn. So this is why I would put him on the hate list here, because Jalen Noah is his actual position. And if you're Christian Kirk, right, it's not like you're coming into the Texans because, hey, well, Tank Dell was hurt. You come here to fill that spot. So it's like, all right, cool. But then you have the draft. And so they're gonna let these guys compete with Christian Kirk. So you already got Nico Collins. It's gonna be hard to get targets. They want to really run the ball, to be honest, which is what they did the first half of the season. So you got that first, then you got Nico Collins, then you're competing with all these rookies. So I just don't, and what did they give him, a seventh round pick to get him?
Yeah, there's no long-term ramifications for him.
Yeah, it's not looking good. We had to see what this looked like in training camp.
And you mentioned the targets. On that list in the fourth round was Woody Marks, running back. All he does is catch the football.
Right on.
Right.
Yeah.
So you look at Joe Mixon, who's a little bit of a thumper between the tackles.
Yeah, first and second down guy.
Woody Marks is their pass-catching back now. So the targets just keep getting, besides Nico Collins, because he's an alpha.
Correct.
It just keeps getting kind of split across the board.
He's the new Dare Agumbawale.
Yeah, pretty much, but he can't
I think
kick.
Christian Kirk get first dibs at that starting spot because he's the veteran. He's done it before, but it's going to be tough to hold on to his best years that he had.
You don't feel great about Christian Kirk's long-term prospects, seeing what the Texans did in the draft.
You'd be gutted if you're Christian Kirk just watching the draft. It's like, oh, wow, now I'm competing with Xavier Hutchinson and John Mechie.
To stay on the roster.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, Matthew, Rhamondre Stevenson has had some high fantasy highs and then some low fantasy lows, and the lows look like they're going to continue.
Well, I'll tell you this much. We had a Stevenson jersey on the wall. We pulled it.
Oh, why did you do that?
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. We love Rhamondre Stevenson, but the problem is that
Taysom Hill survived,
fantasy,
by the way.
What?
Taysom Hill survived, by the way.
Taysom Hill. Well,
that's not a good
tight end
sign.
eligibility. Yeah, well, we got to update. We'll update.
I see my boy lingering. He got to win the job. He lingering. He holding on.
Yeah. Sauce Gardner's in trouble as well. Sauce Gardner might be coming off the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna have to update the wall. We'll get a Genty in there.
Andrews.
Yeah. Well, Andrew, it's a dicey wall. And I gotta lie to you, it's a dicey wall. But the problem with Rhamondre Stevenson, right? Last year, among all qualified running backs, he was 40th. Count it, 40th in fantasy points per touch. He needed massive volume to sort of get there, right? 34% of his points also came through the air, right? He wasn't super efficient, but at least he was getting some of his fantasy points from the pass. And now the Patriots go out and they draft TreVeyon Henderson, who is explosive and a big play waiting to happen. Once again, you see the supermodel rating there from Dwayne McFarland at FantasyLife.com. As he writes, the 17th best running back prospect since 2017. Closest comps in their first three seasons, 19% reached top 6 status, 52% reached top 12, 76% top 24. So we expect TreVeyon Henderson to have a really productive season this year and to take the majority of the receiving work, right? And so if there's one positive here, it's that we don't project Henderson to be a thumper between the tackles, right? He's Jahmyr Gibbs-ish, and 10 to 12 touches should be enough.
Off tackle, pass game. Yep.
Right. But if he's taking 10 to 12 touches and Rhamondre Stevenson is only, isn't getting the massive volume and isn't getting the receiving work, it's hard to see a path to Rhamondre Stevenson being anything more than kind of a touchdown-dependent, hope for the best flex.
Indeed. Hey, listen to me. Bears wide receivers. Great football situation, not a great fantasy situation. You'd expand this to pass catchers in general, just because there's too many of them. There's too many good pass catchers for Chicago. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden III, Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet. All these guys are going to eat. I suspect how it's going to shake out is DJ Moore will remain the alpha, but it's an excellent situation for Caleb Williams and DeAndre Swift, to your point, Lawrence, but just a lot of guys here, and I think it's going to be week to week. Some weeks you're going to like Odunze, some weeks you're going to like Burden if he pops, then Loveland, Kmet. Just a lot of mouths to feed.
I do think Loveland, especially hearing all the quotes afterwards, we're going to use this guy. I do think Loveland is going to be, a top 12-ish tight end this year. I think he's going to immediately make an impact. But I'm with you. It feels like a little bit like, the Green Bay Packers situation as well, where it's just a lot of good wide receivers that help out Caleb Williams, but picking them week to week outside of DJ Moore is probably going to be dicey.
For me, guys, the concern meter is up a little bit on Brock Purdy. You look at the 49ers draft, right? And, the day before the draft, I read a rumors article that I said they're going to take a pass rusher in the first round because they believe they could develop offensive linemen later. I didn't know they just punt on the position as a whole in the draft, and Connor Colby in the 7th round does not count in terms of getting starting help. If the Niners have any injuries on their offensive line, they're in really, really big trouble. When Brock Purdy is under pressure behind a shaky offensive line, things do not look good. So the Niners, you're not going to be able to run the football on them with this draft. But man, this offense, specifically in the trenches, did not get the help it needs. I am a little worried about Brock Purdy in fantasy this year in terms of actually being asked to put up numbers. I just don't think that's the style of football they're going to play or want to play.
Not sure they have a left guard at the moment.
But they don't have a swing tackle.
Yep.
So you look at their tackles. I mean, we've seen Trent get hurt.
Yeah,
he's old.
for sure.
Yep.
Like it's the line of scary hours to me.
Yeah.
I think this staff has the ability to overcome it better than anyone else in the league.
Yeah.
But at some point you need bodies, and I don't see the bodies with this group.
Indeed.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.